Long ago, in a peaceful village surrounded by endless golden fields of wheat, there lived two brothers named Dev and Arun. The village was small, but the land was fertile, and the people were known for their honesty and hard work. Dev, the older brother, was married and had 6 children. His home was always full of laughter, noise, and activity. Arun, the younger brother, had never married. He lived alone in a small farmhouse near the river and spent most of his days working quietly in the fields. Although their lives were different, the two brothers shared a bond that was stronger than anything else in the world. From childhood, they had worked side by side, learned side by side, and faced every challenge together. The reason for this close relationship was their father. Their father had been one of the wisest men in the village. Whenever the brothers argued as children, he would remind them of a simple truth. "My sons," he would say, "land, money, and possessions come and go, but family is a treasure that must never be lost." The brothers never forgot those words. Years later, when their father became old and weak, both brothers cared for him with great love and respect. And when the day finally came for their father to leave this world, he called both sons to his bedside. With his remaining strength, he looked at them and smiled. "My greatest blessing is not the land I leave behind," he whispered. "It is knowing that you love each other." Those were his final words. After their father's passing, the brothers inherited a large wheat farm. The land was rich and productive, capable of providing a good living for both families. When it came time to divide the property, neither brother argued. They split everything equally, half for Dev, half for Arun. The villagers admired them for their fairness. Many believed the brothers would continue living happily for the rest of their lives. And for a while, they did. Every harvest season, the fields turned bright gold beneath the sun. Workers gathered wheat from dawn until dusk. The grain was stored in large barns, waiting to be sold at market. Life seemed peaceful. But one evening, after the harvest had been completed, Arun sat alone outside his farmhouse. The sun was setting, painting the sky with shades of orange and red. As he looked toward his brother's house in the distance, he began to think. "My brother has a wife and 6 children." He imagined the expenses Dev faced every day: food, clothing, education, medical care. There were many mouths to feed. Then Arun looked around his own quiet home. He lived alone. His needs were simple. For the first time, the equal division of the harvest no longer seemed fair. "Why should I keep exactly the same amount as Dev?" he thought. "My brother carries far greater responsibilities than I do." The thought stayed with him long into the night. Finally, after the moon had risen high in the sky, Arun made a decision. He entered his barn, filled several sacks with wheat, loaded them onto a cart, and quietly began pushing the cart through the darkness toward his brother's property. The journey was not easy. The road was rough and uneven, but Arun smiled as he worked. When he reached Dev's barn, he carefully placed the wheat inside and returned home without telling anyone. The next morning, he felt satisfied. Surely his brother's harvest would now be slightly larger. But when Arun checked his own barn, something puzzled him. The wheat level appeared exactly the same as before. He scratched his head. Perhaps he had remembered incorrectly. He thought nothing more of it. What Arun did not know was that, on that very same evening, Dev had been having thoughts of his own. After putting his children to bed, he sat quietly beside his wife. He thought about his younger brother. Arun lives alone. Today he is young and strong. But what about the future? Dev knew that one day he would grow old. His children would support him. His wife would remain beside him. But Arun had no one. The thought troubled him. My brother needs security more than I do. Late that night, Dev made a decision. He loaded several sacks of wheat onto a cart and secretly carried them to Arun's barn. Like his younger brother, he told no one. The next morning, Dev checked his own supply. To his surprise, it looked exactly the same. "Strange," he murmured. "I could have sworn I removed several sacks." Days passed, then another week. Both brothers continued thinking about each other. Each became even more convinced that the other deserved more. So they repeated the secret deliveries, again and again, night after night. Arun carried wheat to Dev. Dev carried wheat to Arun. Neither brother realized what was happening. Each morning they were amazed that their grain supplies never seemed to decrease. Soon, both men became determined. "If my brother will not accept help openly," Arun thought, "I will simply bring even more." Meanwhile, Dev reached the same conclusion. The next harvest moon was bright and full. Its silver light illuminated the fields and roads between their farms. That night, both brothers loaded larger carts than ever before. The sacks were heavy. The journey was longer than usual, yet neither complained. Each was motivated by love. Each believed he was helping the other. Halfway between the two farms stood a small hill. The road from each property passed over the same hill before continuing onward. As fate would have it, both brothers reached the hill at exactly the same moment. At first, neither could clearly see who approached from the opposite direction. But as they drew closer, the moonlight revealed the truth. Arun stopped. Dev stopped. Both stared in astonishment. Then they looked at the carts and the sacks of wheat. Suddenly, everything made sense. The disappearing grain, the unchanged harvest totals, the mysterious abundance. Finally, they set down their carts and embraced. Neither cared about the wheat anymore. What mattered was the realization that each had been sacrificing for the other. The brothers stood beneath the moonlight, holding each other as they had when they were children. For a moment, neither spoke. Then Arun began to laugh. A second later, Dev laughed too. Soon, both men were laughing through tears. As they stood together on that quiet hill, they remembered their father's words. Family is a treasure that must never be lost. In that moment, they understood the true meaning of those words. Land could be divided, money could be spent, harvests could come and go, but love multiplied whenever it was shared. Years later, people still spoke of the two brothers whose generosity met on a moonlit hill. Parents told the story to their children. Grandparents passed it to the next generation, and the hill became a symbol of selfless love. As for Dev and Arun, they continued to work side by side, just as they had when they were boys. Not because they shared the same land, but because they shared the same heart. Some people become wealthy by collecting more. Dev and Arun became wealthy by giving more. And that is why their story is still remembered today. Moral: true wealth is not measured by what you keep for yourself, but by what you are willing to give to others. Thank you for watching. Every story has a lesson that can change your life. Subscribe for more inspiring moral stories, new stories every week. Like the video and share with others.